30 years ago, I was worshipping in this church and the playgroup opened, and I was here on day one and started my diploma, and it's just taken off from there.
I brought down here my almost 2-year-old Becca to have a look, and I was absolutely blown away by the love that permeates this place. And as a Christian, I understood that was the love of Jesus permeating this place. And what I didn't know then was that the playgroup ladies meet to pray every morning before they begin.
And for our friends, and for our friends.
And now, 10 years later, here I am as chair of the Preschool Management Committee. As Associate Vicar of Trinity Churches, we are working in partnership with Bellevue Church at the moment.
So for us, this started 2 years ago now. COVID was 2 months old or so. We're neighbouring parishes and have done various things over the years together. But with changes in leadership there, the conversation began. What would a partnership look like for these two churches to be working together, both at a leadership capacity, but also beginning to share something of our life with each other? And so I came both to our PCC here at Trinity as well as at Bellevue and said, folks, what would partnership and collaboration look like? And so over a couple of months we began saying, actually, how can we reflect some of the reduction that we're benefiting from here at Mealbrace to be generous to our neighbouring church? And so we made the decision for £10,000 from our common fund here to be supporting the work of Bellevue Church. And do you know what? That was unanimous. And it was lovely on both PCCs just to see generosity in action.
But what that's looked like is Phil and I being down here, sort of taking it in turns with other members of the ministry team from Trinity Churches to be down here on a Sunday morning and encouraging lifelong discipleship Monday to Saturday as well. We've also had the huge privilege of being able to learn from the prayerfulness of our sisters and brothers at Holy Trinity Bellevue, and also, of course, to learn even more about what it means to be an all-age community, learning from the preschool here as well. So we've got two distinct church communities, the Monday to Friday preschool community and our Sunday morning gather community as well. And most recently we've just begun a messy church, and we're meeting on a Sunday morning at 9 o'clock, and the reason for that is so that we finish with breakfast, and that means that the 10:30 congregation can come early and we all have breakfast together, so that we're journeying together as the people of God.
We've been working really hard as a deanery over the last 12 months in the Shaping for Mission journey, and partnership collaboration have been a really important thing. We keep coming back to this. If we don't do this, then nothing else makes sense. And so for us, that's in the way we do mission together, that's in the way we support leadership together, but also that includes our finances. And so I think this invitation to generous hope has come at just the right time. And I think for churches like us at Trinity here, who have been invited to have a reduction in our common fund, we've been able to say with really glad hearts, we went to support a neighbouring parish.
Just felt that we were listened to, that we were supported, and if there were things that we needed or were struggling with, that they were there for us. And then just as recently as last week, we've had a flood in the kitchen, and it was so lovely to ring up Kevin, who's the admin man, and he found us a plumber because we were trying to get one. But just little practical, well, that was quite a big thing, but practical things like that has been lovely.
It began by relationship, it continued in prayer, and then finance follows on. So there is a vacancy at the moment at Bellevue, and as a church here and across the deanery, we're part of the Shaping for Mission journey of thinking, how do we best resource patterns of ministry that's sustainable and that's effective. And as a deanery, our big commitment has been partnerships and collaboration. How do we share resources? How do we share leadership across parishes? In some ways, although we're neighbouring parishes, quite different communities. And so we've really enjoyed sharing ministry support. We're seeing this at baptisms, we're seeing this at funerals and weddings as well, of actually working together across a wider area. I think sometimes parish boundaries can get in the way. And I think the great joy of this has been saying, let's see this part of Shrewsbury as local churches work working together, serving together, and leaders in mission together.